BBC Children in Need on BBC Sussex and BBC Surrey.
All right, the Rickshaw Challenge in our area as we speak on the A272 heading eastbound towards Petworth. So if you're on the road, it might delay you by a couple of seconds. But these folks, including Matt Baker from The One Show, are cycling an awful long way. So go easy on them. Perhaps donate as well. Details at bbc.co.uk/Pudsey. Come on. They've come to our area, so let's support them if you would like to. But where does the money go from Children in Need? The main appeal day coming up on Friday. But how does that money get spent in our area? Well, the Horse Rangers Association of Hampton Court are going to tell us what they do and who they help. Joanna O'Sullivan is with us. Joanna, hello.
Hi, Danny.
Joanna is the chief instructor and founder of Squadron 7. Tell us about this, Jo.
Right, okay. We're an organisation in Hampton Court that we're under the members of the RDA. About 4 years ago, I set up an evening squadron for some of our children that can't access riding during the day. Mm-hmm. Children in Need are the major funder of it, and it wouldn't have happened without them. We do it slightly different to how other RDA centres work, where the children come every week. In the evening, they ride the horses 1 week and they do stable management the other.
Just confirm what the RDA is for us.
The RDA is Riding for Disabled.
I see, okay.
Yeah. So Riding for Disabled is for children with additional needs that need an extra bit of help, with it being physical, emotional or social. They're referred to us via various schools or just word of mouth, really. So they come every week and it's a really good routine where they ride 1 week and then the next week they do mucking out. So they care for the horses, they learn to tack up, they learn all about the colours of the horses.
Well, what does this give the youngsters, Jo?
It gives them independence and it gives them an opportunity to think out of the box and take responsibility for caring for animals. It also puts them into a really nice social peer group. Because they all work together as a team, they help each other. And we have volunteers that come in each week that help them, that are youngsters themselves as well. It gains independence and it just gives them a sport because a lot of children with additional needs aren't able to access the mainstream activities that are out there in the communities. While this one is a sport but heavily supported and easily accessible for them.
Okay, and without the Children in Need funding, would you be able to do the work you're doing?
Not at all, not with the funding, no. Because we put additional work in, such as training programmes. We do a tuck shop as well, so that they're able to have a snack, talk with their peers. Without that funding, I wouldn't be able to get the equipment. I mean, the equipment is sort of quite basic, but it's more the training, getting the horses, and just running the whole squadron, because horses are really expensive. You know, it's a very expensive sport. And we keep the funding down for the children to come as well.
Okay.
So it's not overly priced.
Thank you, Jo. Thanks for talking to us. Joanna O'Sullivan, Chief Instructor and founder of Squadron 7. Simon Street's daughter rides with the Squadron. Hi, Simon. Morning to you.
Oh, good morning, Tony. Nice to speak to you.
And to you as well. Tell us about your girl and why she loves going to Squadron 7.
Yeah, for sure. So my daughter is Grace. She's 9 years old. She has Down syndrome. And she absolutely loves horse riding. She's very lucky to have joined Joe's Squadron 7, and she rides once a week and mucks out once a week. And I think the real thing is it's so incredibly well organised. Joe and a number of instructors are highly skilled. They put an enormous amount of effort into the care and the organisation of the sessions. And Grace absolutely loves it. She gets a chance to ride and she gets a chance to muck out and learn about horses and what it takes to care for horses. So it's not just, giving a disabled child a chance to just get up on a horse. It's more than that. It's about the whole package of being involved with horses.
And how did you discover her love of horses?
Well, it's more a case of word of mouth, I have to say. When we have a child with a disability, you're very connected in the community with other parents, and word of mouth, really. And, the horse rangers in Hampton, where it is, has just got such a high reputation. I think we were on the waiting list for a couple of years before Grace got a chance to ride there. It's just everybody wants to come and do it because it's such a great, well-organised activity.
And how is she with the horses when she's around them? What's she like?
It's great with Down syndrome. She can be quite polarized. She can be sometimes go very frightened and sometimes just be so engaged. And like she actually, she say, "Am I mucking out this week?" Because she really enjoys being around the horses, doing the grooming, doing the one-to-one and the very close work with the horses, which they do under fantastic supervision. I have to say, the volunteers that come are so committed, and they've got a whole range of ladies and guys that come along and help the children with disabilities in their care of the horses, and also where they're riding. When Grace rides, she'll have someone leading and someone in each foot running beside her, so that the level of expertise and the level of care is exceptional. So she's just it's just a total package.
Yeah, because just as parents, that would be impossible to do, because that sounds like it takes 3 people to let a horse ride.
Yeah, I mean, not every child needs that. You've got some children with, and I have to say Grace is the only child there with Down syndrome. Mm-hmm. There's a whole range of children with different challenges, different ages, and some of them almost ride independently. They're that good and experienced at riding, but they're accessing a service which they wouldn't normally be able to access safely. You couldn't go to any sort of horse stables and go, "Hey, my child's got a disability, let's go and ride." You probably could, but you're opening up risk, and that's where Jo's expertise and her passion for horse riding and the Horse Rangers Association provides a service for a large group of children to have this opportunity. And like I say, without charity funding like BBC Children in Need, it doesn't happen. Horses, as Joe said, are very expensive, and so it just works. And
when's Grace's next session?
Actually tonight. I don't know if she's mucking out or riding. She's been off last week. Unfortunately, she wasn't available. So she will find out tonight if she's riding or mucking out. But she always asks after school, "Am I riding tonight? Am I riding tonight?"
Right.
And so
tonight the answer is maybe.
The answer is definitely maybe, Danny.
All right, lovely to hear from you. All the best. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you.
Cheers. Nice to speak to you. Simon Streets talking about Grace, and then before that we heard Joe Sullivan from Squadron 7 at Hampton Courts, the Horse Rangers Association. And so, children.